Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's discuss the important TCS automation testing interview questions. Uh, the skill stack required are Selenium, rest assured, BDD, framework level knowledge, automation testing knowledge, manual testing concepts, and agile topics, and CI/CD knowledge. Okay, the interview has been scheduled recently, and the candidate has been selected. These interview questions are for the experience ranging from 3 to 7 plus years of experience. Okay, let's get started quickly. Okay, the first question goes like, as usual, explain your roles and responsibilities in the current project. Guys, please explain this interview questions very clearly. uh, when you tell something, they'll ask the counter question on top of it. Okay, and then how do you design a self-healing locator strategy when UI changes frequently? Okay, so guys, be ready with AI driven testing questions also. Okay, and then how would you reduce the execution time of a large Selenium test suite? Okay, when it has the 1,000 plus tests, how are you going to reduce the execution time? That's the question. And explain how you handle shadow document object model elements. And how do you decouple test how do you decouple test logic from page objects to improve the maintainability? And have you ever worked, or can you explain the approach on how to design the framework combining UI, API, and DB validation together? Okay, this is a tricky question. And how do you ensure reusability across multiple projects? And how do you validate API response with database records? And how do you handle rate limited APIs that when you get 429 errors during the automation? And how do you simulate negative scenarios? For example, invalid payload or the corrupted data, or whatever it may be. And then they ask to write a program to find the first non-repeated character in a given string. And then how would you optimize the slow test method in Java? And can you explain equals with the real automation in your project by giving an example? Okay, and then the questions goes like, what happens if your build fails intermittently? How do you parallelize tests in CI pipelines? Your automation shoot takes 5 hours, but the business wants it to be completed in only 1 hour. What will you do? And then you have automated 500 tests, but only 50 are stable. How do you fix this? And then a critical bug is missed due to automation. What went wrong? How, what went wrong in the sense, how is your approach to identify that? And how do you define automation ROI for a project? And how do you design pipeline stages for smoke, regression, and for the full suite? And what metrics do you track to measure automation success rate? And how do you prioritize which test cases to automate first? Okay, from the manual bucket. And have you worked on AI based testing tools? And where do they help in real time automation or real time framework? And can you explain, or do you have any experience with the headless execution? So these are mostly based on scenario based interview questions. So be thorough with it properly. I have provided answers for all these interview questions in a link that I have provided in the description box, and also it contains study materials to crack end-to-end interviews and face any interviews confidently and crack it. Okay, so please go through that. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching my video. Happy journey, happy testing. Thank you.